Morbid Facts, Part 586. In 2015, Denise Huskins was kidnapped from her boyfriend's California home by a masked intruder before being held for ransom. She was taken to a remote location where she was blindfolded, drugged, and raped multiple times over the next 2 days. When Denise was suddenly released, police accused her of faking the entire story like a scene straight out of Gone Girl. They mocked her during press conferences and labeled her as mentally unstable, until evidence finally surfaced proving that everything she'd said was true. Her kidnapper turned out to be a former Harvard-educated lawyer who had a history of stalking couples. This still frame is from the collateral murder video released by WikiLeaks, captured moments before U.S. Apache helicopter pilots opened fire on local civilians and journalists in Baghdad 2007. The footage, which includes audio of the pilots making casual jokes during the attack, was leaked by whistleblower Chelsea Manning, who was subsequently sentenced to 35 years in prison, though this sentence was later commuted. No charges were ever filed against the military personnel involved in the incident. Morbid Facts, Part 227. During a concert in 2014, Kanye West suddenly stopped the show and refused to continue performing because two members of the audience wouldn't rise to their feet. What Kanye failed to realize was that one of the fans had a prosthetic leg while the other was in a wheelchair. There's a rare genetic mutation that causes bones to become 8 times denser than normal. It can allow people to walk away from car accidents without a single fracture, but it comes with the trade-off of being unable to swim. Idaho is the only state in the US to specifically declare cannibalism illegal, but it's a legitimate defense to have committed cannibalism under extreme life-threatening conditions as the only apparent means of survival. World War II fighter pilots often blacked out during turns since high G-forces caused the blood to pool up in their legs. But British ace Douglas Bader didn't have this problem since his legs had been amputated after an accident, resulting in him becoming one of the greatest fighter pilots in RAF history. Morbid Facts, Part 266. In 2019, a 7-year-old Indian boy was admitted to the hospital after complaining of severe jaw pain. Doctors were astonished to find 526 teeth in his mouth as a result of an extremely rare dental condition. In 1969, a drunken Richard Nixon ordered a nuclear strike on North Korea for shooting down a spy plane. Luckily, his national security advisor Henry Kissinger also got on the phone with the Joint Chiefs and convinced them to stand down on that order until Nixon woke up sober the next morning. If you feed a human body to pigs, they will eat just about all of it except for the teeth. Several murderers in rural areas have used this fact to their advantage. Towards the end of World War II, Japan was planning on spreading a plague across America. The plan was to send hundreds of kamikaze pilots with planes full of plague-ridden fleas to the coastline of California. But the plan was never carried out because Japan was forced to surrender 5 weeks before they were gonna do it.